Welcome to part two of my conversation with Mary Mckenzie about candle magic. Now, I know like 8 minutes in, I'm going, gee, I don't know what else to do. Trust me, it's me and Mary Mckenzie. We go on for at least another 20 minutes. Enjoy. Welcome to Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. My name is Susie Parker Goins. I'm a channel, healer, and a guide. I upload interviews, channeling sessions, and information about topics that are interesting to me on Thursdays. Then on Mondays, I upload a relevant meditation. You'll find I have over 145 episodes uploaded. Some of them were sponsored to help drive some income my way. Now that sponsorship has moved on. So now I really encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, and share my links. I also encourage you to donate to my Ko-fi account, and that link is in the description box. Or better yet, contact me at susie@bluelightninghealing.com to schedule a Zoom appointment. There you will get personalized focus on your energetic healing, clearing a path to your heartfelt life. Blessings. Colors of candles. Oh, there's so many
Very important.
references.
Very, very important. Well, colors in magic are always important, whatever kind of magic you're doing, earth magic, higher magic. And it's really important to study and understand what those colors mean. And the meanings of those colors can vary from things that you read. But most candle magic books will be pretty spot on what they tell you to use the colors for. Specifically, lustful, sexual kind of love. If you're looking to attract that in, then you want to use a deeper red candle. Higher, more romantic, friendship, true love. Pink is more the color. Green, a lot of people use green for money, but green is also the earth. So it really depends on what you're trying to bring in abundance wise. If you're just looking to bring money in, like cash, I would use gold instead of green.
Okay, that makes sense.
Silver is almost always moon magic of any kind. You can use silver for full moon as well as new moon, because that's always the goddess. Blue is for peace and higher understanding. Blue is the color also of teachers and those that are looking to gain deeper wisdom into things, because that's the color of the Mother Ocean. That's what she teaches us, is deeper wisdom and understanding.
I didn't make that connection.
Yellow is for the mind. So yellow is burned for studying, exams, business, that kind of thing, for more success. And specifically success, you can burn yellow and orange together. Orange is for success. And trying to think, white is general purpose anything. White is a popular color to use for healing, along with purple. Purple is a high vibration color. And when you burn purple candles, you're asking very high vibration beings to assist in whatever it is that you're doing. So that's something also to consider.
Because when I think of colors, I go immediately to the chakras. But but with this, it's more, I don't know, you can use the shade of the color that's important. And then they have slightly different meanings, but that just broadens it. That just expands the whole thing.
Well, you can certainly use candles to do work with your chakras as well.
Yeah.
That's and of course, in that sense, you would use the corresponding colors of your chakras with the candles. So
but candles don't come in those rainbow colors. You were about to mention black, and I know there's brown, and you just mentioned gold and silver too. So let's talk about, please, if you would.
Brown is for work with animals. It's specifically for animal health and well-being. And you can also, if you've lost an animal, a pet, a brown is a good color too, because it's the color of the earth. And so you're asking for grounding. and you're asking for help, and you're asking for the earth elementals to bring that animal back to you. So you're calling on them. So yeah, that's what brown is usually used for. And black, finally, black is not an evil color.
No.
So I want to just say that right out. In modern magic, in Wicca, in earth magic, which is what we're talking about here, black is not an evil color. Black is used to banish unwanted energies, usually from yourself. So if you're working on yourself and you're working on moving past and moving on from things that no longer serve you, it's a really good color to use. Black is also used for protection against certain things that you think may be harming you, because normal people do magic too. They just don't understand that they're doing it, and their energies can harm you. So you can use black also to invoke protection for yourself. And the final thing that like I mentioned earlier, that I use black usually for is to work with the dark moon or the new moon, because of course there's no moon in the sky, or it's a sliver. Okay, so that's why, that's the purpose of the black color. And again, new moon magic is for working with things that are brand new that you're bringing in, but also things that you want to banish out and move on from. And also you can honor the shadow side of yourself that is extremely sacred, that's helping you work through these less than positive things that you're trying to deal with in yourself, blocks and things that you're trying to move on from.
Right.
So
yeah, and we're getting into that shadow time of the year.
I tell people a good way to look at black is something that I learned a long time ago that I just stopped me in my tracks when the person said it to me. She said, remember that the ancient Egyptians revered the color black because it was literally the color of the earth. Their earth was so fertile from the Nile that it was black. It wasn't brown the way we're most normally used to it now. It was black. So that's the color of the deep primal earth mother, is black.
Oh,
So black is a really sacred color, actually.
yeah, it is protective. And also, if you look at it at white and black, white is all of the colors in the light spectrum put together.
Yes.
So you get a prism and it breaks them all out.
Yeah.
But black is also all the colors, say in a
Mhm.
pigmented way.
Yes.
So it is all the colors, and they're not exclusively one. Black is not an absence of anything. It's actually even more, like you were talking about the soil of the Nile
Yes.
from Egypt. It's like got all of the things in it. So
Yeah.
to disdain any of the colors, I think is
Mhm.
not going to benefit anybody really.
The fear of black is actually a rather new thing. The Victorians started
Huh?
the fear of black, and it was good old Queen Victoria herself. She was in such grief over losing Albert, put herself into black, because that's how she felt. And it just sort of carried over as a tradition now. And it's associated with death and the void. And we are in that time of the year right now. But it's really not something to fear. It's something to hold sacred, because the
Yeah.
void is a place where we enter the void before we enter the light. We have that time of closing down before we move up and out again into the next thing. And that's a very sacred and holy transition. So to fear that is unfortunate. And so we need to
It's
move on from it.
yeah, this is our opportunity to reprogram and
Yes.
see that those dark parts of us are still part of us, because you don't get a depth of perception without dark and light.
Yeah.
Everything's all screaming white, then it's can be too much, but if it's all black, then it's just so one dimensional. So you do need that gradient of color, the shadows, and it brings out dimensionality and all that. That's cool. Let's see what else. Going through, we did candle. So pretty much anything can be done with candle magic.
Mhm.
Okay. I can't think of anything else.
Well, I have something that I can leave you with,
Yeah, please.
which is, I'm actually going to read this out of I've been studying magic for almost 40 years, and this is something that's really, really, really old, out of one of my old books. And it really kind of sums up what this is about. It says the sacred or holy fires, gifts of the god or goddess, and not made by human hands, gave way to portable fires such as the torch, oil lamp, and the candle. For convenience, the candle became the most popular method by which to communicate with the higher aspects of self and the god or goddess source. Its flame represented the spirit's highest potential, while the smoke carried the prayers and desires to the deities. Herbal offerings placed in the flames or embodied within the candle itself gave off a pleasing scent that often induced a hypnotic state of awareness. This altered state of consciousness, whether induced by flame, prayer, chant, song, dance, herb, or oil, or any combination thereof, and accompanied by strong desire, created a mysterious response called magic.
Ooh, I like that. Thank you. So next time we have a power outage, we all have ample opportunity to start knocking out some candle magic.
Yeah, start lighting up those candles, going, turn the damn lights back on, power company, come on, come on, come on.
Here's to the safety of the line workers. Here's to the
Yeah.
light. Here's to the preservation and my food in the freezer still being good.
No.
Magic is everywhere. It is, and it's all in how you look at it. I appreciate you making it this so accessible because I think we I just think magic has just been such a word that people go ha because of somebody else's PR saying
Yeah.
it's evil. It's like no, you actually do have a lot of magic within yourself, and
Mhm,
it's that light. And I think that's what the meditation to go along with this is going to be is to find that light within yourself and
mhm,
to light it and to let it expand, which is, it feels like that's a lot of what my meditations do. It's like, here, we're going to look at this and see your ideal self. It's basically another version of that, but we'll use a different image. So I don't have any other questions. I've been very good in writing my questions as we go, but I'm good. Thank
mhm.
you so
Yeah.
much, Mary,
Yeah.
for filling me in on all of this stuff. It's been awesome.
Mhm.
I do want to make sure we include links for your candle sleeve person and your oil lady,
Yeah.
so that if somebody wants to support I'm assuming they're local.
Mhm. Yes,
Okay.
both of them are actually.
Okay. So, to find a small business to support because I'm all about that. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Oh, okay. One other thing. I have handmade a candle.
Mhm.
There's sheets of beeswax that you
Yeah.
can roll up, and we actually set an intention with it. Okay, let me do a better segue into that.
Mhm.
So you can buy candles anywhere, and I like my dollar store candles, and so that's me. Yeah, I can get the same kind of candles at other stores, small businesses, but they're more expensive. So you've got to weigh those choices out. What can you afford?
Mhm.
And it's all about intention that you are imbuing the candle with when you are doing the magic. I
Mhm.
have been at workshops where we made our own candles. We had a sheet of beeswax. It had the honeycomb design on that particular one, and that's where we laid in blessed or activated herbs, or I don't know if we put small stones in there, but we put in our intention into that and the wick, and we rolled it up. And so that was a way for us to make our own candle. And I think when we do that, that adds a layer of empowerment.
Mhm.
It's not the only way to do it because we don't always have the resources to pick up that stuff, nor, how many YouTube videos do you need to watch to do it and all that. And so it was a group endeavor, and that was a lot of fun. Um, so you can make candles. I
Mhm.
tried that pouring the wax in with candles and stuff like that. I just no, that's That's more crafty things I don't have to have in my house. But oil, okay. Speaking of crafty supplies, the oils you're talking about, those are essential oils, right?
Yes, yeah, you don't want to use commercial chemical oil.
Fragrance oils. That
And
to me is the difference, is the essential oils come from directly from plant matter. They
yes,
are distilled or whatever, but the synthetic or the fragrance oils are
mhm. Smell like
man-made and
perfumes. Yeah,
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 so
you don't want to use those kinds of oils.
yeah.
And you also don't want to use diffuser oils. Those are made specifically for a diffuser. They're not, and that diffuser oils also have chemicals in them. So you don't, when you hear the term essential oil, that's what you want to use, because you're using the purest form of whatever the herb is that's been distilled to put in the oil, like I mentioned earlier,
Mhm. Okay.
frankincense oil, or lavender, or whatever, rosemary. They're made without anything else,
They are,
really.
what is the word? Unadulterated?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, they
yeah.
are pure oils. And so those may, there are some oils like the citrus, I know, those are
Hmm.
easily derived. You can get those easily from an orange. Just squeeze it. There's orange oil right there. But there are other oils that are more expensive, like sandalwood. If you don't want to blend, you want the single ingredient sandalwood. That's more expensive. So those will be kind of more expensive, but they're also going to be more empowered and also safer.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay.
Well, it just, having any kind of chemicals that aren't what you want to be using, that's gonna that that energy is going to involve itself in what you're doing, because it's going to be there. It's going to be on the candle. So that's why you want to avoid it, because you want to keep everything out and away from what you're trying to do that you don't want there.
So
So
you could go through a cleansing process as
mhm,
you're preparing for this, whether it's clearing it with, doing an energetic imagery. I am an adherent of using counterclockwise motions,
yeah,
whether it's with a pendulum or a visualization to clear
mhm,
it.
yeah,
And then clockwise, again, with whether it's a pendulum or imagery or whatever else you're going to do, hand motions work, I think, stirring the pot,
mhm,
that's going to bring in the energy that you want.
yes, yes. And it's important to understand that, I have people that have talked to me that are on severe budgets. They don't have a lot of money for all of this stuff, and they have asked me, well, there's candles at the thrift store, can I use those? And I tell them, don't use anything that's already been burned. I mean, they shouldn't even be selling anything that's already been burned. Those just are done.
Yeah,
um,
ew.
if you want to use a candle that you find at a thrift store, you need to clear it first,
Yeah,
and a lot, because it's been owned by somebody else. It's been in a different situation. So, I tend to go the route of getting new, for spell work. But if you can't afford that, if it's really not in your budget, then you can use stuff that you get at the thrift store. You just have to take that extra step of cleansing it and clearing it. I am a big proponent of sprays. I have sage spray, that you can get that at a metaphysical store too. You
okay,
can also make sage spray. I have sage oil,
okay.
and I just drop it in the water. I use filtered purified water, of course, and I make my own, but I spray stuff down really good that I get at the thrift store, whatever it is. And
Okay,
I also leave it in my windowsill for a few days and let the sun and the elements take everything out of it
right.
that's been in it before you use anything. It's like if you buy a t-shirt at the thrift store, you're not going to take it home and put it on you. You're going to wash it first. It's that same mentality,
So
you know.
could you set it in sand or salt?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah, 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 sure. If that again, this is all intention and intuition. I know of doing that. But for me, spraying it just feels right, but you need to do what feels right for you. It's just in general, figure out a way that works for you. Because some people use sage, they burn sage, and that also is very good.
Smoke smudges. Yeah. Those are really good.
You can clear stuff really well with that.
Pro tip: don't light the sage, the smudge underneath the smoke alarm.
It really depends on the smoke alarm. Some of them won't react like mine doesn't. Mine's set specifically for like bad burning wood, burning drywall, burning carpet, those smells, it will go off for that. But it doesn't go off for my incense or my sage or anything like that.
It goes off for my smudges.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I've learned I need to open the window, open the door, and then as soon as I light it and it goes off, I'm flying out the door going, I'm smudging. I'm sorry. I'm smudging. Yeah. Welcome to my life. Okay. Great. I think we've talked about it. So safety tips are always important.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes. So.
And candle can burn you up. Candle can burn your house down. So yes, of course.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. I also, they'll tell you this a lot in the books, that if you're really, 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 really paranoid about leaving a candle burning, but you want to leave it burning, just put it in the bathtub before you leave. Because it's not gonna, if it falls over, it's not gonna burn anything. That's the safest place to put it. And if you've got cats, just put it in the bathtub and shut the door so they can't go into the bathroom while you're gone. And I've never heard of a problem with that. So
okay, well, cool.
Unless you have a poltergeist in your bathroom, but that's another subject. You shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Making notes, mediumship. Okay. That would be a good one at Halloween too, but that's okay. So thank you so very much, Mary. I really do appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me and everybody. So if you would please give me your information, and you were talking about developing some classes and doing online readings. So if you could please include that too.
Sure. Again, my name is Mary Mckenzie. On Instagram, I'm Miniature Witch, and that's miniature, WYTCHE. I'm also on Facebook. My website is linked on both of those sites. I do tarot card reading and psychic healing, and ancestor contact, ancestor work. I also do house blessings, wardings, clearings. I can do secular weddings. I'm an ordained minister, so I can do lots of things. The people that I mentioned earlier in this podcast for oils, the oils I get from a business called Rosarium Blends, and you can Google that. The woman's name that runs it, her name is Katamara with a C.
Oh.
Yeah, so Rosarium Blends. Those, I highly recommend it. They're not cheap, but if you want the best, that's the best that I know of. The woman that makes the candle sleeves, her name is Kate with a C, Engelhart, and that's ENGLEHART.
Okay.
And if you hang on just a moment, I can give you For some reason, my phone is like really being slow. Her business name, which I don't have off the top of my head. Goodness me.
Didn't you post a picture of one she did for you? Was that you?
I don't know. I don't know why this is so slow. Okay. That's odd. Okay. Yeah, so her business is 7 Coins Devotional. She's also on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you look her up, she can hook you up with the candle sleeves that she paints.
Okay, cool. And you have the same name on Facebook as you do on Instagram?
Facebook, it's just Mary Mckenzie.
Okay.
This woman with the candle sleeves, she's got an Etsy shop too, so you can look her up on Etsy too.
Okay. I'll make sure I get those links in there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Basically, I say anybody that knows Susie, you can find me because I'm friends with Susie on Facebook. So just find me there and it'll link you up.
You can stalk her. Well, thank you so much. And you're doing readings online. Please talk about that.
I am. I'm doing readings for the month of October. Just contact me and we can set up a time. I now have the ability to do this visually, so I can set you up a Zoom appointment. Or if you have Facebook Messenger, I can just do a FaceTime call with you on that.
Cool. Cool.
And I set the camera on the phone up so that you can see me and the cards so that you can see the reading as you're going through it.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to record it. I'm still learning how to do that, but yeah, I can definitely do that for you. And also next year, probably in the spring, the early spring, I'm looking at February, I will be starting a Wicca introductory series. And I'm also doing a beginning tarot card class series. And in both instances, I am putting the caveat that this is for beginners. So if you're looking for, you already know what you're doing, then this is probably classes that are going to bore you to death. But I'm really looking for people who are just new on the path and really looking to start out and find out how this all works. Cool. So that's kind of what they're geared toward. And they'll be set up to where you can pay all at once for the whole year because they're both year-long classes, or you can drop in and pay once a month for whatever class that interests you. So it'll be set up both ways.
Okay, and they can contact you through Instagram to get that.
Yep.
And Miniature Witch. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. And
sure.
Thanks. And so yeah, this is Susie Goins from Blue Lightning Healing with Mary Mckenzie, the Miniature Witch.
Yay.
Thanks so much. And until next time, blessings. That wraps up the episode on Candle Magic with Mary Mckenzie. Thanks for being here and for listening. And yeah, Monday, meditation gets uploaded. Stop by BlueLightningHealing.com. That's where I've got all my stuff. Events that I'll be at, not only online, but now in person. You can schedule an appointment, contact me. It even has access to my podcasts. And soon that's going to be searchable. So if you can think of something you want to listen to, try there first. If you don't find it, shoot me a line. Let me know what you're interested in learning about. I think that's it for now. And until next time, blessings.